welcome back to another episode of Limit 55. I'm your host Daniel, and today I wanted to tell you about a very special car show I went to and answer one simple question. How did this happen? And weirdly, the answer lies in three things. One, the bizarre obsession of a 15-year-old boy, the weather, and this particular car show. So let's get on with it. This is the MGA. It's a race car turned road car built in the 50s in Britain, and it's arguably the car that got me into cars. Well, actually this is, but that's technically a flying old wooden race car boat thing. Anyway.
And now meet the MGA twin cam itself, the production model. A race-bred car which gives both the competition driver and the normal intelligent motorist the finest value for money they have ever dreamed of. It's showing its paces on the Myra track.
It's what he said. So as a quote, normal and intelligent motorist, this is the MGA I got when I was 15. And it needed everything. So over the past 9 years, I've done the mechanical restoration on this car, primarily with the help of my friend Daniel from episode 1, and my other close friend Spencer. And now that it looks like this, I've been spending less time under it and more time in it. So moving on to point 2, the weather in California is always good, even in November, which was definitely one of the catalysts for point 3. The Brit Week car show was slated to be held at the Petersen Museum, put on by this guy, chairman of Brit Week Nigel Daly, OBE, who probably just wanted an excuse to get some sunshine. But in all fairness, they had planned for sausage rolls, all cars British, and this. Not a photograph of a smirking man, but they planned to pull the car the smirking man was sitting in out of the vault of the Petersen Museum so the world could have a look and drop some phyllo pastry on it. Steve McQueen's Jaguar XKSS, nicknamed the Green Rat, and it's a car I've been wanting to take a closer look at for years. But if I was going to go see this thing, I wanted the MGA looking spick and span. So we pick up the action the day before with my friend Andrew helping and distracting me with his interesting facts.
First off, the mail trucks have 0 stars for crash ratings. And also, they're notorious for pitch on fire and stuff.
In addition to telling facts, he's also great at doing this. This is his 1971 Chevelle, nicknamed the Rum Runner, and all you need to know is it has a big block, 4-barrel carb, Kragers, and a Led Zeppelin sticker on the dash. And if you don't know what all that means, trust me, it's what you want. But ogling the Chevelle aside, we continue to prep the MGA for the following day. We waxed it and got the wheels off to give them a good clean.
The temptation to just go like that right now and just hose you is so very real.
Despite the temptation though, I got the wheels all tidied up. And when I was all finished painting them with tire wetter, it was time to tighten up the knockoffs with a lead dead blow hammer. Which was very amusing for my neighbors.
Cute little car. That's really cute. Oh yeah, so dainty.
With the car clean, I was excited for the show the next day, so I fired it up and put it away for the night. Good morning, friends. It's very early. Well, for me. Going to the Petersen. Out of consideration for my neighbours, it was too early to start the car in the garage, so I rolled it out onto the street, which is only a bit of a faff. Once I'd hopped in, fired it up and got going, it was all smiles. Until I hit the freeway. After some torturous miles with the car and I screaming, I peeled off and took Laurel Canyon into Hollywood.
Laurel Canyon is so bumpy. I wish I was in a Morgan. Wood is flexible. Ow!
Bumpy maybe, but it's also one of the most haunting and rock and roll roads in LA.
Lookout Mountain Road, famous for Jim Morrison, Carole King, two very mediocre people. Brian Wilson, whatever. I mean, doesn't matter.
Pretty soon though, I was pulling into the Petersen Museum, and what a proud spectacle it was.
I don't want to be mean, but this is typically British. I've got a Morris Minor broken down next to me, and there was a guy pushing his E-Type through the gate. Oh God, why is everything we do just an embarrassment? Very nice, and appears to be very broken.
All jokes aside, I think it had just overheated and needed a push up the last 100 yards. And then, eventually, I got parked up next to this beautiful Alvis. And I was perfectly close to the Moss Motors tent in case the MG developed MGosis. I had a good look round all the cars and really enjoyed Steve McQueen's Jag. It was just as evocative and exciting as I thought it was going to be. But then, out of nowhere... Yes, that's right, do not attempt to adjust your TV set. Was really there. Great guy. It was just one of those things you weren't expecting. And then Jay showed up in his behemoth of a Bentley Brooklands, which I think most people would agree makes more sense than Bill Nye. And he eventually came over to the MGA, and my girlfriend Maya and I just sort of got to talking with them both. We traded stories, and just like that, Jay asked me to be on his show. It's funny how things happen, but I had my heart on my sleeve, the sun was at the right angle, and Nigel had a great idea. It was just one of those things where all the right people were in the right place at the right time. But believe it or not, that moment got even better. Shortly after Jay walked away, the Petersen awarded the MGA the People's Choice Award for the morning.
That's unbelievable. The people have spoken. The MG of the people.
I wasn't expecting it at all, and I was just super flattered and proud. An award? How often do you win those?
Where's the keys? Who has the keys for this car?
After we'd got going,
Spicy.
all the cars that participated were going to do a parade through Beverly Hills and finish up on Rodeo Drive. Oh yeah, sounds like torture. Minis, Jags, Landys, Lotuses, McLarens, MGs, you name it, it was there. But in a tasty little blue MGB, I spotted...
Ian!
Ian is a close friend who works for renowned British car parts supplier Moss Motors, started by this guy, Al Moss. You can check out the MGB he's driving on Jay Leno's garage. We were super excited to check out the other cars and go for a great drive in the sunshine.
McQueen? Lilibit, is that you?
And the people of LA came out in hordes to cheer us on, including this guy.
Love your shorts!
It was fun honking the horn and just cruising around. Police escorts too. But at some point,
They just pulled everyone over to bunch us all up. And I don't really know how to say this other than I'm parked behind Steve McQueen. It's Steve McQueen's car.
Do you have sunscreen in here?
No, I don't have sunscreen in here. Steve McQueen invented sunscreen. Probably, I don't know.
some were more excited than others.
Oi, Magnus! Hello, hello!
But despite the heat, we both had a great time.
Do you want a water one?
Hose me down.
Eventually, we made it to City Hall. After having one last quick look round all the cars, I ended up in Steve McQueen's Jag, thanks to Dana from the Petersen Museum. An incredible end to a surreal and exciting day. We took the long way home and just enjoyed the beautiful evening cruise along Mulholland Highway.
Well, can we take it for a ride?
Can you drive stick?
I can drive the stick.
Okay,
Sure.
yeah.
I'll take a chance. Why not?
Well, today was an exceptional day. The kind of day you don't ever think is ever gonna happen to you. It was amazing. Talking with Jay and shooting the car and then driving his Jag. It was unbelievable. Epic day. Not sure days get any better than that. Just made it home. classic.